This video explains an anonymized, real-world chartered engineer certificate case involving a used European CNC rotor grinding machine. The machine was originally manufactured in 2005, but it underwent a major OEM refit and control modernization in 2026. That created several certification questions. What year should be certified? How should refurbished and new components be treated? What is the role of overseas inspection? And how should value be presented for Indian customs? This case matters because it shows why a chartered engineer certificate cannot be treated as a routine formality. The certificate must explain how the machine was identified, whether it is still useful capital equipment, how old it is, what was refurbished, what new components were added, and whether the declared commercial values are technically reasonable. The certificate must also avoid making claims that only customs can finally determine. Here is the anonymized snapshot. We are discussing a European CNC rotor grinding machine. It was originally manufactured in 2005 and later received a major OEM refit and control modernization in 2026. The shipment was not just the base machine, it included auxiliary systems, tools, and accessories. The physical inspection was conducted overseas, while the Indian chartered engineer reviewed the entire technical and commercial dossier before certification. The clean workflow is simple. First, a qualified inspector in the country of sale physically inspects the machine. Second, the inspection dossier is compiled with photographs and technical documents. Third, the Indian chartered engineer independently reviews that evidence. Fourth, a draft certificate is shared for factual review. Finally, the CEC is issued as a digitally signed PDF. This separation protects everyone: the inspector, the chartered engineer, the importer, and the customs broker. The evidence pack should prove 7 things. It should prove what the machine is, where it was inspected, how it was identified, what condition it was in, what documents support its value, what was refurbished or newly supplied, and how the shipment is packed. In this case, the inspection photographs covered the machine, the CNC control, electrical cabinets, auxiliary systems, and nameplates. One of the most important questions was the year of manufacture. The machine was originally manufactured in 2005. However, the operating documentation was issued after a 2026 OEM retrofit. If a certificate simply says, "Built in 2026, customs may misunderstand the age of the machine." The correct professional approach is to state both facts separately. Original year of manufacture, 2005, OEM refit and control modernization, 2026. A common problem in used machinery imports is reference confusion. The physical serial number, internal project reference, purchase order reference, and packing reference may all be different. In a CEC, the manufacturer's nameplate or physical machine serial is normally the primary identity marker. Other references can be mentioned, but they should not replace the physical identity of the machine. The inspection evidence should cover more than a single front photograph. In this case, the photographic evidence showed the machine body, internals, control panel, fluidics, hydraulic and pneumatic components, electrical cabinets, auxiliary systems, and nameplates. This helps the chartered engineer assess whether the machine is complete, identifiable, and consistent with the documents. The retrofit was not cosmetic. It included mechanical refit, overhaul of linear axes, guideway work, replacement of important assemblies, renewed safety and fluid systems, new electrical and measurement systems, and new control documentation. This is why a 2005 machine could still be treated as usable capital equipment with meaningful residual life, provided the inspection and supporting records were consistent. Another important point was that the shipment was a complete manufacturing package. It included the refitted base machine, refurbished components, newly supplied auxiliaries, tooling, and packing. A CEC should not describe the package as if everything is the same age or the same condition. Separating new, refurbished, and used components makes the certificate much more credible. Valuation was the most important commercial issue. The historical machine value, the refitted base machine value, and the complete package value represented different things. The complete shipment included new accessories and auxiliary systems, so it could not be compared directly with the original machine value. For a public video, it is safer to use indexed or rounded values rather than exact commercial amounts. A chartered engineer should be careful with valuation language. The CE can review and appraise whether declared values are technically reasonable, considering age, condition, retrofit, and accessories. But the final customs assessable value is determined by the proper customs officer under the valuation rules. That is why professional certificates should avoid overclaiming statutory authority. The inspection report recorded an expected residual life of 10 years. The CEC treated this as an engineering estimate, not a warranty. Residual life depends on mechanical condition, the quality of the retrofit, control system support, availability of spares, installation quality, maintenance practice, and duty cycle. This is why residual life should always be qualified in the certificate. The final CEC was defensible because it was controlled. It separated the overseas physical inspection from the Indian Chartered Engineer Review. It relied on traceable documents. It stated limitations. It did not claim that the CE personally inspected the machine overseas. It was prepared for a specific shipment, and the final version was intended to be issued as a digitally signed PDF. Here are the 5 lessons. First, do not confuse retrofit year with original year of manufacture. Second, reconcile the physical serial number against every commercial document. Third, separate used, refurbished, and newly supplied components. Fourth, make the invoice, packing list, and CEC language consistent. Finally, remember that customs determines the final assessable value. The chartered engineer provides technical appraisal evidence. If you are importing used or refitted machinery into India, SARC engineers and consultants can support you with chartered engineer certification and coordinated overseas inspection through our international inspection network. We help review machine identity, year of manufacture, refurbishment history, technical condition, residual life, valuation structure, and supporting commercial documents before the shipment reaches India. Our objective is simple: to help you prepare a clear, technically defensible CEC dossier and reduce avoidable delays during customs clearance. For CEC support for machinery originating from Europe, the United States of America, Canada, Australia, the Middle East, Asia, or other international locations, contact sarcz.inn or call us at +91 925 808 7903.